Okay, children, good morning. We are just recollecting what we have learned so far. We studied about integers. So, we are going to revise some properties under addition, subtraction, and multiplication and division. So, you know, integers are those numbers where whole numbers are including negative numbers are called integers. Integers are denoted by the letter capital Z, and also it is denoted by either capital Z or I. What are integers? Z is equal to negative numbers -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on are whole numbers. They are including negative numbers. So, what is the least integer? The least integer is undefined. The greatest integer is undefined. The greatest negative integer is -1. The least positive integer is 1. 0 is neither positive nor negative. Next. So, what are these properties? Closure, commutative, associative, identity, and inverse properties. These are the properties we want to verify for integers under addition, under subtraction, under multiplication and under division. So, I take addition first, then subtraction, multiplication, and last division. Just we want to verify whether integers are closed under addition or not, whether they are closed under subtraction, multiplication and division. You know, the sum of two integers is an integer. The sum of any two integers is an integer. So, integers are closed under addition. The difference of two integers is an integer. You take any two integers, find the difference, you get an integer. The difference of two integers is an integer. Integers are closed under subtraction. The product of two integers is an integer. You take any two integers, whether positive or negative. If you find the product of those two integers, the product is an integer. So, integers are having closure property under multiplication. But if you observe division, the integers are not closed under division, because the quotient of any two integers is not always an integer. Say for example, if you divide, I will write here, 8 with 3. 8 divided by 3 is how much? 8 by 3. That means 8 is not exactly divisible by 3. You are not getting an integer as the quotient. Therefore, it is not an integer. Therefore, the division of two integers is not always an integer. So, integers are not having closure property under division. The sum of two integers in any order, a plus b equal to b plus a, integers are having commutative property under addition. The sum of two integers is an integer. Integers are having commutative property under addition. Next, the difference of two integers. The sum of two integers is an integer, commutative property under addition. The difference of two integers is not an integer. A minus b is not equal to b minus a. Integers are not having commutative property under subtraction. You take two integers, you multiply them in any order, a into b. Suppose 3 into 4, it is 12. 4 into 3, it is 12. So, the product of two integers in any order is the same. Integers are having commutative property under multiplication. Now, integers do not have commutative property under division. A divided by b is not same as b divided by a. Similarly, the sum of three integers in any order, a plus b plus c is equal to a plus of b plus c. Integers are having associative property under addition. Integers do not have associative property under subtraction, because the difference of three integers is not same in any order you take. If you take one order, the difference is one number, one integer. If you take other order, the difference is another number or another integer. So the difference of two integers or three integers is not the same with respect to subtraction. Therefore, integers do not have associative property under subtraction. If you take three integers and find the product of those three integers in any order, you take any three integers, positive or negative. The product of three integers in any order, a into b into c is equal to a into b into c. Integers are associative under multiplication. Integers do not have associative property under division. Identity. If a is an integer, 0 is the additive identity number, a plus 0 equal to 0 plus a equal to a. Integers have identity property under multiplication. Integers do not have identity property under subtraction. A minus 0 is not same as 0 minus a. Therefore, integers do not have identity property under subtraction. Integers have multiplicative identity property. 7 into 1 is same as 1 into 7. 1 is called the multiplicative identity. Integers have identity property under multiplication, and integers do not have identity property under division. Similarly, 7 plus minus 7, it is equal to 0, or minus 7 plus 7 equal to 0. In general, if a is an integer, minus a is its additive inverse, a plus minus a equal to minus a plus a equal to 0. Additive inverse property is present for integers. In subtraction, inverse property is not present for integers. In multiplication, if 4 is an integer, it should be multiplied by 1 by 4. But there is no integer in the form of 1 by 4. Therefore, integers do not have multiplicative inverse property. And similarly, integers do not have multiplicative inverse property under division or inverse property under division. So, what are the properties? Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Under addition, we want to check whether integers are closure, commutative, associative, identity and inverse or not. All properties are present. Under subtraction, only closure property is present, the other properties are not present. Under multiplication, closure, commutative, associative and identity are present, but inverse property is not present for integers. Under division, closure, commutative, associative, identity and inverse properties are not present for integers. This is the main idea about integers. So, you learnt all these problems and all the properties, many of the problems we did. Once we get the textbook, I will go through the new textbook. If at all there is anything I missed, I will explain them in the further videos. So, just we are recollecting some problems now. I will write one problem for calculation. What do we call this property? Minus 5 plus minus 8 is equal to minus 8 plus dash property. Name the property also. Minus 8 plus minus 5 plus minus 8 should be equal to minus 8 plus minus 5. A plus B is equal to B plus A. What we call that property? Commutative. Commutative property under addition. So, integers have commutative property under addition. You can name the property against the given operation. What is this? 17 plus dash equal to 0. The answer is how much? Minus 17. For plus 17, minus 17 is added and you got the result equal to 0. We call this as additive inverse. Additive inverse. Next, minus 14 plus 15 plus 3 is equal to minus 14 plus 15 plus 3. What we call? This is in the form of a plus of b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. What property it is? Associative property under addition. So, by observing the given operations, we can identify what properties followed there under which operation. These three are properties under addition. This is commutative property, this is additive inverse and this is associative. Next, what is this? 15 is multiplied by minus 16. Here 15 is positive, 16 is negative. We are multiplying two integers. One is positive, the other one is negative. 15 into 16 first. In rough column, I multiply 16 with 15. 15 6 are 90. 15 1s are 15 plus 9, 24. So the product equal to 240. It is plus into minus. You got minus. So a positive integer is multiplied by a negative integer. The product is negative. Now I am taking a negative integer which is multiplied by a positive integer. 7 into 20 it is 140. Minus into plus it is minus. The product is negative. So when one integer is positive, the other one is negative, the product of a negative integer, a positive integer, or a positive integer and a negative integer is always negative. Next, we take another example. Minus 25 into minus 8. Here we have taken two negative integers, minus into minus plus 25 into 8, it is 200. So the product of two negative integers is negative, minus into minus plus. You take two positive integers, say for example 30 into 10. 30 is positive, 10 is positive, 30 into 10 is 300, plus into plus it is plus. So you are getting same positive symbol if both are negative integers or both are positive integers. If one is negative, the other one is positive, the product is negative. If both the integers are negative or both the integers are positive, the product is positive. Suppose I give you three integers which are negative, minus 3 into minus 5 into minus 4. All the three are negative integers. How many odd integers are there? There are three integers which are having negative sign. So there are three integers having negative sign. So three integers having negative sign, we are finding the product. Minus into minus, it is plus. Again plus into minus, it is minus. 3 into 5, 15, 15 into 4, 60, the product is minus 60. So when you get negative, if the number of integers are multiplying 3 and the integer having negative sign, the product is equal to negative. So the product of three negative integers, whatever may be the integers, the product of three negative integers, which is an odd number, 3 is an odd, the product is equal to negative. I take now 4 integers. Minus 4 into minus 5 into minus 2 into minus 1. Minus into minus. Plus. Plus into minus. Minus. And minus into minus. Plus. So the product is plus. 4 into 5, 20. 20 into 2, 40. 40 into 1, 40. So the product is positive. So here you can clearly observe, if the number of negative integers are odd in number, the product is negative. If the number of integers which are negative are even in number, the product is positive. So multiplying odd number of negative integers will give us negative. Multiplying even number of negative integers will give us positive. Suppose I give you 8 negative integers. The sign of the product of 8 negative integers and 5 positive integers. Suppose you have 8 negative integers and 5 positive integers and you are finding the product of those integers. 8 is an even number. So if you take the product of 8 negative integers, product of 8 negative integers Product of 8 negative integers is positive. You take positive integer, any number, either odd or even, no problem. The product is always positive. And product of 5 positive integers is positive. So finally the product is positive into positive. Therefore the sign we can write here. Therefore the sign of the product of 8 negative integers and 5 positive integers is equal to positive. So the question is, what is the sign of the product of 8 negative integers and 5 positive integers? The product of 8 negative integers, 8 is an even number. If you multiply negative integers which are even in number, the product is positive, and the product of positive integers is always positive. Finally you are getting the product of a positive integer into another positive integer. Therefore the final product is positive. If the odd number of negative integers is even, if the negative integers are even in number, then the product of those negative integers is positive. And the product of any number of positive integers is always positive. Therefore the product of 8 negative integers, 8 is an even number and 5 is odd number, but 5 are even integers, positive integers. The product of 5 positive integers is always positive. You take any number of positive integers, the product is positive. But negative integers, if you take even in number, the product is positive, and negative integers are odd in number, the product is negative. That you have to keep in mind. Next, we are going to check one more idea on integers. Distributive property, very important property. Distributive property. Just we recollect this. What is this? A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. So A is multiplying the sum of B and C. A into B plus C can be written as A into B plus A into C. So I take 3 into 4 plus 5 is equal to 3 into 4 plus 3 into 5. What is 4 plus 5? 9. What is 9 into 3? 27. What is 3 into 4? 12. What is 3 into 5? 15. What is 15 plus 12? 27. So you got 27 equal to 27. Multiplication that distributes over addition. Distributive property. Like this, you take either positive integers or negative integers, or you can take difference also. A into B minus C is always equal to A into B minus A into C. A into B minus C is equal to A into B minus A into C. Multiplication is distributive over addition, or multiplication is distributive over subtraction. Like this, you can take many examples and you can prove that distributive property is present for integers. Multiplication distributes over addition or subtraction. I will give one problem regarding application of integers. A shopkeeper earns a profit of rupees 1 on a pen sold, and occurs a loss of 40 paise on a pencil sold. He or she, the shopkeeper may be he or she. If Suppose I take shopkeeper as a lady. I can write, if she occurs a loss of rupees 5 on the whole after selling 45 pence, how many pencils she sold? We want to find this. So what is the question about? It is application of integers. You have here addition, subtraction, multiplication, అన్నీ వస్తాయి ఇక్కడ గమనించాలి. So a shopkeeper earns a profit of rupees 1 on a pen sold and occurs a loss of 40 paise on a pencil sold. If she occurs a loss of rupees 5 on the whole after selling 45 pence, how many pencils she sold? This is what you have to find. So you note down the question. Follow carefully. A shopkeeper earns a profit of rupees 1 on a pen sold and occurs a loss of 40 paise on a pencil sold. If she occurs a loss of rupees 5 on the whole after selling 45 pence, how many pencils she sold? We are going to do this. So what is the profit on pen? Profit on 1 pen is equal to rupees 1. Profit on 45 pence. The shopkeeper sold 45 pence. So 1 into 45 is equal to rupees 45. Loss on 1 pencil is equal to 40 paise. This we want to convert into rupees. 40 by 100. 1 rupee equal to 100 paise. 0, 0 cancels. 4 by 10 you can write as how much? 0.4. 0.4 rupees. Therefore, total loss on the whole loss is equal to rupees 5, or you can consider it as minus 5. The loss on 1 pencil is 0.4 rupees. That is equal to minus 0.4. We can consider because it is loss. Therefore, number of pencils sold is equal to, what is the loss on the whole? Minus 5, from which you want to subtract the profit. Minus of 45 by, what is the loss on each pencil? 0.4 rupees or minus 0.4. So minus 5 minus of 45 is minus 50 by 0.4. Minus minus gets cancelled. So I can multiply numerator and denominator by 10 in order to avoid decimal. So I get here 500 by 4. So number of pencils the shopkeeper sold is equal to 125. You can find that division here. 500 is divided with 4. 4 ones are 4, remainder 1, 0. 4 twos are 8, remainder 2, 0. 4 fives are 20. So the number of pencils the shopkeeper sold is equal to 125. The number of pencils the shopkeeper sold is equal to 45 given. On pens she got profit and on pencils she got loss. Whenever it is given loss, you have to consider it as negative integer. That is why 0.4 is taken as minus 0.4. And on the whole, the loss is 5 rupees, which is represented as minus 5. So we want to find the number of pencils sold is equal to, from the total loss, you want to subtract the profit on pens, so that the value is minus 50 and divided by minus 0.4. On the calculation we got number of pencils sold is equal to 125. This is the application of integers. You have to be very careful where you have to take plus and where we have to take minus. So like this, we did many problems on integers. Once again, once the new textbooks comes, I will verify what I have explained so far If anything that is missed, I will explain them in the next videos. And practice well. And Monday you are going to have the next class, so that if I verify any points that are missed, I will explain them in continuation, or otherwise I will start a new chapter. So that is fractions and decimals. Thank you, children. We continue in the next class.